Hello everyone, this is Peter from experttrading.co.uk and I'm going to show you how to execute a pivot point trade. I have a few videos of me executing these trades live, but I thought it would be good to take some time out and explain step by step how we come to make the decision of entering and exiting a trade. What our entry is and what our exit strategy is and how we manage that. I think it's important. I think people can use this information and use this strategy even to enter trades and make a good profit. This has about a 75% success rate, and it gives you good risk-reward ratio, 1 to 3 sometimes, and a lot of times it gives you 1 to 2. So the first thing we do is we look at the higher time frames. Daily, we don't have to spend too much time on this. We can see it's in a downtrend. There's a nice trend line there, touch, touch, and another touch. It's formed a channel. It's just bounced off the channel and the 50 period moving average, which is moving down here. We don't have to say much more. So on the 4 hour chart, we're looking at the cyclicity. By that I mean we're looking at the phases within a cycle. So at the top here I drew it in. We've got phase 1 and then phase 2, and then that is one cycle. And we've got phase 1, 2, 1, 2, and then phase 1 and then phase 2, phase 1, phase 2. Now we're in a phase 1, and a phase 1 suggests a move down. On the 4 hour it's crossing here, it's crossing the 200 and the 50 period moving averages, so we're in good stead. The most relevant time frame is actually the 1 hour time frame. So as we can see, this is in an uptrend. It was in an uptrend, but it broke that trend line and is now moving sideways. It's forming a nice channel. It's at the top of the channel, and we're looking for a move down to about the 200 EMA. So these are just analysis techniques that we can use. As you can see, here is down on the 1 hour. And these are just techniques that we use to determine the direction of the pivot break that we want to take.
So now we've determined that we want to go short, so we're going to look for a break of a pivot going short. So what we do is we go to the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart on GBP USD, and we are looking for a break short of the pivot. This blue line, that's the pivot line. And we're looking for price to break below that and then close below. That is very important. If price doesn't close below, you don't look at it, you wait for the next 5-minute bar to arrive. Once price has closed below it, we're looking for the next bar to take out that low. So for example, here we have a bar here where my mouse is. If I squeeze this up, this last bar on the right hand side on the chart here, that bar closed below the pivot line, but then the next bar never took out its low. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for it to take out the low. Once it does that, we're in good stead. So let me make this a bit bigger so that you can see nicely. So we're looking for a break below this pivot line. And then where will our stop loss be? Our stop loss will be at the most recent high. We don't need to take the high of the day. It's not necessary. Because if it does break, say for example it breaks there, it breaks here, right? We want to put our stop loss up here, maybe even just over there. But it doesn't break, so we don't take the trade. But otherwise, there's no point, because the stop will be protected by the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA. And if it does go above that, we know that we were wrong, that the trade's going against us. So let's just wait for it to break here. So I'm going to pull this chart along, and as you can see, it never breaks. Well, it breaks and closes here, but then doesn't confirm the momentum, so it carries on up, and then here. So here we've got a break, but it closes on the pivot, so we don't take the trade, and the next bar actually has to close below the pivot for us to even consider taking a trade. So we're still waiting for the next 5-minute bar. Right, that one doesn't close below. Neither does that one, so we're just waiting. So here it's forming quite nicely. It's forming consolidation. So if it does break now, we've got a really great place to put our stop loss. And that is exactly what we did on this trade. So let's just look for the break here. So there we got another bar that just broke the pivot and then closed on it. So we're still not looking for a trade. And then there, this bar closed below the pivot, and now we're looking to enter a trade. So what we're waiting for is so let me zoom in. We're waiting for this bar to be taken out. So we're waiting for it to take out this low, so the next bar. So this bar takes out the low. We enter the trade as soon as price touches that, and then once that's happened, we are in the trade, and we will be looking to take it all the way to the level S1. So S1, so there it goes, price keeps going down, it forms a little consolidation here. Our stop loss is up here, that's about 24 pips away. So we got into price here at about 28, let's say, about 29. Stop loss up there at about 53, 54. That's it's about 25 pips, right? And then price moves down a bit more, all the way onto S1. So our first target will be S1, and it will be 5 pips before it. So we'll take profit at about 165. So you can see that that's 35 plus 28. So I mean, that's a really good trade. That's about 60 something pips by risking 25. So that's a good risk reward ratio. And once it forms this consolidation, then breaks this area, you can move your stop down to here. So you moved your stop, and now you're on profit. And then when it forms this little high here, you put it just here above the midpoint. And that's very good. So you've locked in already. You've locked in about 25 pips. So you can't lose anymore. In fact, you can't even lose less than the 1% you've already made. And that is our strategy. That's how we do this. We did it a little bit differently. We executed this a little bit differently. We took it down. I exited the trade around about here, and then I re-entered the trade here, and for it to move down to the S1 level, 7 pips before the S1 level. Just in case you don't believe me, I did take these two here. So that gave me a nice profit overall, 40 something pips. And we take the strategy nearly, I don't know, about twice a week, depending on the currency pair. We tend to only take it on Euro USD and Cable GBP USD, because they're the ones that really move for it to be able to take advantage of that. Remember, just to S1, this is such a simple strategy, and we hope that you can use it, and it will add to your trading portfolio, because these are always obstacles. Look how this midpoint's an obstacle. Look how the S1 shoots it, and actually shoots all the way back up to the pivot point. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.